Hi man. Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine, man. Free,
Oh,
relieved, finally. That's what we are
yeah, I
right
can.
now.
Yeah, I can feel that actually.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's it.
That's a great. Okay,
Really,
so
man.
yeah, can we get started?
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
Okay, so can you just brief me about your past college, then your gate coaching, and how you come into bids, and if you have any previous experience or something? Can you just brief me out there?
Yeah, so I was a electronics and communication engineering student in my BTech, and then I did my engineering from JIET Jodhpur, and I am from Jodhpur, Rajasthan only. And then I took an year gap to prepare for GATE in computer science. So I took like Ravindra Babu Rahula sir's GATE preparation course, and then I prepared in that. And through that, I could get a good GATE score. I'd say I could qualify it, but it wasn't a decent enough score. But I could qualify BITS HD exam. So I got into BITS through BITS HD in software systems. So I am currently pursuing ME in software systems from BITS Pilani.
Okay, okay,
And
that's great.
about the work experience, I don't have any. Like I'm straight out of BTech.
Okay, fine. That's fine. That's great. Okay, so you've completed 1 year of MTech, right? In which it's still
Yeah,
lining.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's and your placements are still going on.
Yeah, they're still going. Like right now, it's uh, mid-August, and placements are still going on, and we are in the day two phase of the placement cycle.
Okay, okay, fine, cool. So you are currently placed in SecureWorks, right?
Right. Dell Secure Work.
Okay, that's great. That's great. First of all, congratulations to you. That's a
Yeah,
great
man.
thing to
Same.
achieve at this
Yeah, man.
point of time.
Congratulations to you as well. I'd say
Thanks, man. Thanks.
I'm happy for both of us, man. I'm happy for
Yeah,
both of
same,
us.
same.
Getting out of this process, that's the main happiness. And getting placed is obviously good, but you will anyways be placed when you're at this stage of life. But getting out of this process is what is more relieving and more uh, fulfilling.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So let's get on to your process in SecureWorks. So how it went. So let me ask you this question: like, what was the minimum eligibility criteria which they were giving for like for applying for the job in SecureWorks?
So minimal eligibility criteria was 6 CGPA for ME. So anybody above 6 CGPA could apply for secure work.
Okay, okay, fine, great. So yeah, and what was the actual placement process in SecureWorks? So does it include a test or just interviews, or is it technical or managerial, or what kind of interviews were there? And can you just
Okay.
brief out the process?
Right. I do that. So basically, the first process began with the pre-placement talk of SecureWorks, and after that, we had to give a online test. Which the test procedure actually consisted of 60 questions, which were gate level, and the topics included DS, basic DS, and also OOPS concepts, which were based on Java, and then apart from it, DBMS concepts and OS and CN concepts. So there were 60 questions regarding that, and there was no aptitude or anything like that. So the people who were selected from that phase went through two technical interviews and one managerial interviews, and there was an HR round expected, but they didn't took it for our interview process, and people were shortlisted just after managerial round. So that was the
Okay,
process.
fine. So overall, like, how would you grade the test in terms of like the difficulty? Like, is it medium or hard or easy?
So I'm expecting everybody to be like who will be giving the test to be familiar with the concepts on gate level. So I'd say if you have studied those concepts at that level, I'd say it will be on a medium difficulty level. They won't be giving you much tougher questions on the spectrum. They will be giving you just conceptual questions that you can either like you won't be required to solve too much of it. You will be able to apply a concept and either you know it or you don't know it. So that's what the level is. It's medium to easy level only. So that's
Okay.
what it is.
Okay, fine, fine. So that's good. And like how many? You told that there were 2 rounds of interview, right?
Right, right.
And is it completely technical, or was there any kind of managerial or behavioral questions asked?
So managerial and behavioral questions were reserved for the managerial interview, which was the third interview round, and the technical interview process mainly like comprised of questions on my projects and all, and the coding questions obviously, and that was the process. Like so, the behavioral questions were all reserved for the managerial interview.
Okay, okay, fine. So can you just give a brief structure of how the interview went? Like maybe
Right,
you can explain the first interview, which means
right.
the
So
technical things were asked.
right. So, I tell you how many students were selected, and we'll go on like that. So after the this test, 12 people were shortlisted for the interviews, and after that, in the technical interview one, I'd say it was a pretty good interaction and pretty chill and calm interaction. The other person was also like he was on a good level, I'd say, in the company, and he started with my introduction, and he wanted me to brief me about all the projects I have worked on. So I briefed him on the projects, and then he asked me, he uh, asked me about hashing. Okay, do you know about hashing? So I said, okay, yes, and we talked about hashing and what all different types of techniques we can use to generate the hashing function, like quadratic probing and on that. And we had a interaction on that, and then he gave me a coding question. So the coding question was to check if the given tree. Okay, before giving that coding question, he asked me some basic concepts about trees also. So when he was assured that okay, I knew something about trees and how binary search tree is searching and what will be the various scenarios. Then he gave me this coding question of I had to find whether a binary search tree is a sum tree or not, which is a standard question on like various platforms. So I could solve it, but uh, when I was compiling it, I got some errors. So when I resolved those errors, he questioned me on that. Okay, why were you getting those errors, and why did you do what you did to resolve it? So what was your logic behind resolving those errors? So basically, they were simple errors. Like I was passing a pointer and I was like initializing a normal variable with it. So I was getting an error, obviously. So he asked me why was I getting that error. So basically, he asked me that, and I could do that question easily. And then we got into the project. So he talked about my web development project, and he didn't grill me too much on that, but he tried to understand, okay, what all things I did in it, and what all technologies I worked upon, and what were the challenges we faced in that during the development of the project. So that was it. He took that project. I think he was more comfortable in web development side. So he basically had an interaction on that. And apart from that, OOPS concepts, he asked me to implement. He asked me about the 4 pillars of OOPS, which is a standard question, and then he asked me to implement inheritance, basically on in code format. So also I'd like to say the coding platform that we were using was Notepad. So he was asking me to write all the code and stuff on Notepad also. So there was no IDE or autofill code that was being provided, and I had to paste my code that I had written on a online IDE, and then I had to compile it. So that was the process like on the first technical interview.
Great, great. So yeah, I think yeah, we got that. Okay, and as you said, like a person who is appearing for this placement course should have a basic idea about the technical concepts like OS, networks, so those kind of stuff. So how did you learn these concepts?
Right. So I'd say I didn't go all out on learning it again and memorizing and brushing it up again. I just used my like short notes that I had created for a revision during my gate days, and I used those short notes to brush up those concepts. And also, I'd say there are like you can search, like if you want to read OS, so you can search must do most asked OS questions. So GFG and interview bit have compiled those 40 lists, usually 40 or odd questions for all the concepts like these, and you must prepare from them also, because usually they ask from that only. So that's very helpful. That's all you have to do regarding those concepts. Not much is required apart from that.
Okay, okay, fine. So apart from these technical concepts, so the most important thing would be the coding, right?
Right.
So how did you prepare on the coding side?
Okay, so I I didn't know about this coding aspect until later part of my like coming to bits. Uh, I took a course from a coding like there are many courses available. So I'd not say it didn't help me. It obviously helped me to learn the basics of the data structures and all. But I'd not say you have to have that coding course for you to learn those concepts. So you can easily learn. I'd not recommend you any site, but you can easily learn it from YouTube and anything. It's fairly easy to learn nowadays. So you can easily go through the questions, and then while solving those questions, better understand those concepts like how arrays are working in those specific questions. By the end of the day, you need to know the basics of those data structures. And I'd recommend, even if you can't complete or try to, or you can't solve questions on all the data structures, you should at least know how the basics of those data structures work. And like hash maps and all, I had not solved many questions through hash maps, but I knew what hash map is doing, and if I have to make a hash map, how will I make it using the other data structures? So that is really important. You should have the basics, even if you have not solved those questions. Apart from that, I'd say basically you can everything is available online for free. I'd recommend that. If you have less time, I'd recommend you to take up a course that will help you prepare in a structured way, and you won't have to find too much waste time on finding too much stuff, and you'll have the train of those concepts that you just have to learn. But yeah, it's fairly easy to find those concepts and brush your skills up. So that's what I'd recommend.
Okay, okay, fine. That's great. And did you like in what platform did you practice this coding? Like in GFG or LeetCode or InterviewBit? Is there any particular
Yeah.
platform?
So I used all the platforms. I'd say I was comfortable. Like I wasn't stuck to one particular platform, but I like GFG's platform, and I also like the interview bit platform, and I wasn't very comfortable with LeetCode. So I'd say that. And it doesn't make a difference. You just have to solve the questions, and I'd say first do the must do questions, like topic wise, and then you are good to go.
Okay, okay, fine. So, okay, so I think the coding part is also done. And like, how did you prepare for the interviews, which means the technical as well as the managerial rounds?
Okay, so for the interviews, I'd say I like the DS part is covered. I think that is I think a prerequisite. You have to do that, and there's no like going around it. So you have to do that. Apart from that, I'd say uh, there are two main things. You have to network and socialize. You have to talk to your seniors working into that company that you're targeting, and you have to talk to your peers and your friends who are getting placed or even getting rejected. What was their experience like, and what did mistakes they think they had made? So that is a really like insightful part of it. Try to get their insights and their experience and learn from those experiences as much as you could. So that networking and socializing is very important. It can help you in so many ways that you can't even imagine. Even if you feel you are not prepared for this interview process, you will get so much help from that thing. And the other thing is resume. Just make your resume so attractive that even a single word that is present in your resume should reflect, okay, you have achieved something, and you should be ready with a story or a script to hold an interaction with all the points that you have mentioned in your resume. So every point that you have mentioned in your resume should have a story and structured story. So what I mean with a structured story is you have to have that connect interaction. Like you have to hold that interaction with the interviewer. You have to make him be interested in you. So you don't have, if he asks one question, you don't have to blabber everything you know about it in your, like if he asks you to brief about your project, you don't have to tell each and everything that you know about your project. Just give him a rough idea and leave some key points so as for him to ask those questions out of those points, and be prepared with those key points. Like what can the interview ask? And like the mock interviews with friends, and especially you took my mock interviews, so I thank you for that. So that really helps, man. That really helps. It does wonders for you in confidence level, and getting to know what you have to prepare and what you have to improve in your resume as well, and also in the interview process. So that helps really. So these are the things that apart from, yeah.
And did you rely on any platform for mock interviews, or you just prepared with your friends?
Yeah. So for mock interviews, it was basically my friends, and no platform as such, but there are platforms like InterviewBit who will provide and connect you with your similar students with your level, and provide you with questions to ask, so you could have mock interviews on them as well for free. So I wouldn't like suggest paying for anything. So that's my suggestion. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So can you just like give a very brief idea about like what topic should be concentrated on for this for a particular company like SecureWorks? Of course, the coding is important, and the technical stuffs are important, and like so that concludes almost like 80%, right? So what about the rest 20%? Is there any other stuff which are needed?
Right. So this is not just for SecureWorks, for any company. When you go into the interview process, you should first read the job description that company has listed, and what is that company about. So SecureWorks is essentially about the cyber security stuff and all that, and the requirement was for like a full stack developer role also. So I knew that the web development project that I had done would come into picture during the interview process. So try to give points to the interviewer through your resume or through your interaction that would indicate that you know about the company and you are interested in joining that company. So what I did was in my resume, I had just mentioned one single point that I had worked on JWT authentication in backend. So what it did was I knew that this company has a cyber security profile. So the interviewer will be knowing about this stuff, and he would be interested in knowing what I did into that thing. So we had it like in the technical interview too. When we'll talk about it, it had a very long discussion about that aspect of my project, and it would give you an extra point, I'd say, if you go and do that. So it would tell the interviewer you are willing to go extra mile, and you have gone the extra mile to get into that company. So that would really impress them.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine. Got it. So, and one more question, like, is system design required for a fresher interview?
It's not required, but if you have it, it is a plus, and it does wonders. So, like we had a course in our first semester called Object Oriented Analysis and Design. So what we did was we approached that web development project through that analysis and design procedures and all that. So in the technical interview too, I was questioned on that. So how did you approach it? And all the system design aspects were covered in that interview as well. So if you have that knowledge, it's definitely going to work wonders for you, because they are not expecting that from you. And if you give them, that impresses them, that attracts them towards you. So basically you have to sell yourself to them. So if you're telling, okay, I know this as well, then you are selling them, giving them more perks that others are not offering. So that will get you more points, is what I'm trying to say. So if you have general idea, just try to give them everything that you can about that part. So it will really help. Like system design, I do not say if you don't have it's a deal breaker, but if you have it, it really adds up to your point.
Exactly. Got it. So in the second technical round, you got a system design question, right?
Yeah. So it was not a question. It was also a coding. Like I got 2 coding questions, and we mainly discussed my project only. So it was like the guy was very knowledgeable about the OOF concepts and all that, and he really grilled me on that project and all the system design aspects of it. He actually he when we talked about like the coding questions were very easy. If you do the standard questions, you would find them very easy. So I'll just say what the questions were. First was you had to return the duplicate array of duplicate numbers from the array that was given, and the second question was, I think, you had to find the number of vowels and consonants and everything, and it should work on his test cases, not your own. So he just gave me a string, and when he gave me his test case, he added a space. So it should work as like space should be taken up as a special character. That's the only thing that we had to consider. Rest of all, it was very easy, the coding part. So coming to that aspect of the second interview, he grilled me on my project, and then he grilled me on, okay, what design patterns did you use, and how that design pattern was into this applied into this implementation that you did. And he also asked me to implement singleton design pattern in code. And apart from that, he asked me the OOP concept. He asked me what is runtime polymorphism. So I told him, okay, this is runtime polymorphism, and he said, okay, code it for me. So I wrote the code in Java. So he said, okay, which language do you use for coding? So I said, sir, I use C++. So he said, okay, but you have written this in Java. So I said, okay, sir, I had used C++, but when I was like reading about runtime polymorphism, the example was in Java. So that's what I remember, sir. I have not used runtime polymorphism ever in my life in C++. So that was a funny bit of the interview, and you should also look to make the interaction humorous and funny, and find those lighting up pieces, so that helps. And talking about the system design question, okay, yes, so he questioned me on those aspects, like what approach did you use to come up with the problem statement, and then how did you extract the use cases, and what did you do with those use cases and actors, how did you make the class diagram and all that. And those were the basic questions. And then yeah, he tried to grill me. And one more thing, he was getting into deep, and I didn't know I didn't have the knowledge of that level that he was expecting. So I was very clear with him, okay, sir, I am not very sure about this concept, but I can tell you what on the basis of my knowledge, this might be the answer. So he got to know that, okay, I am not getting comfortable in going so deep. So that didn't hurt his ego also, and it gave him the idea that, okay, he won't be I shouldn't expect more from him in this aspect, going too deep into that. So that is really important. You should convey that, okay, at this level, okay, I know this, but going too deep inside it, I don't know it. So it would leave a good impression on him as well. So that's what I think. That was the second interview part.
Okay, fine. Okay, so I think almost all the parts are covered. And what about the managerial round?
Right. So the managerial round, I think it was more of an HR discussion come this thing also. So he asked me, why do you want to join SecureWorks? So again, I had talked to seniors that were already working in SecureWorks, and I had got a pretty nice idea about what people are doing at SecureWorks. Uh,
Okay.
so, uh, so I had that, so I had an edge. I had that answer prepared. Okay, I am interested in these technologies and I want to work in these technologies, so I want to join SecureWorks. And then he asked, "What are your strengths? Like, how would you benefit us?" So also this was a big general question, and I had my answer prepared. I am a team and I work well with the teams and I am easy to talk to and all those things. They are general basic stuff. You should be prepared with those kinds of answers. And he basically told us the general stuff about the company, like company is going forward with what vision and all that. And also, he asked me the brief about all the projects. He didn't go deep into it, but he asked me, and he was at the good level with the company, with 15 or 16 years of experience in that company. And he also gave me a code to implement. It was a basic stack question. Like I was given a string, and in that there was multiplication and addition operations, and I had to prioritize addition over multiplication, and I had to return the integer which was there, like the uh, the answer of that problem. So
Okay.
that was the question, and I could do that as well. So it was basically that HR come coding, come expectations, behavioral sort of interview. So that was it.
Okay, fine. So yeah, so if I'm correct, like you had a test, a written test, then two technical rounds, and final round is kind of a managerial and even coding round as well, right?
Yeah. So we were expecting another round. That was the HR round, because our seniors had got that HR round of 30 minutes as well. But we didn't get that. We were basically selected. Okay, I'll tell you. In the after the coding test, 12 people were shortlisted, and after the first interview, 8 people were shortlisted, and after the third interview, 4 people were shortlisted, and the final selection that was made, it was basically for 2 people. So 2 people were selected out of the 12.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, so do you have any suggestion to the viewers as well as the future aspirants?
So like uh, balance, I'd say DS and all, balance your focus. And
Okay,
balance your fears and balance your confidence also. If you feel you're too confident, that also will not help you. And if don't be too fearful of that task. It's never too late to start. So you should start as soon as you can with these DS concepts and all that, and you will manage it. You will get through, and like everybody who is trying to get in will get in. There are enough positions and enough opportunities here that you will get in by hook or crook, but just be focused and don't get demoralized. Like when I went this placement process, I'd say is very demoralizing and very frustrating for students. So when you are you are not expecting these kind of stuff, like all the tests. You won't have idea what test you have written and what interview you have given, how it went. So it's very important to analyze every aspect of, even if you are rejected, like there will be interviews where you will be rejected in HR rounds, so that will be very demoralizing. But it happens with me as well. But it will give you a very good insight about the process, and it just means that you are very 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 close to getting in. So
exactly.
it should not at all demoralize you. And apart from that, DS and all, it's regular stuff. Everybody knows that, so there's no uh, point in. Do not be ashamed in asking and talking to people. Do not be shy in talking to people, and just reach out to as many people as you can. And by hook or crook, sell yourself. You have to sell yourself. You have to make stories and be good in those stories and just be unapologetic and just be confident. That's my suggestion.
Okay, okay. I think that's really motivating.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a real good conversation, and I actually wish you all the best for your future, for
same,
your
same,
1 year in BITS and coming years in SecureWorks.
yeah, man.
So,
Same
all the
for all
man.
the viewers and you also.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. So, all the best. Yeah, bye, man.
Yeah, yeah. Bye, bye, bro. Bye, bro. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, same, same. Okay, then. Yeah.
Okay, bye, bye.